Dengar? Clear? Hello?
Ya, clear doktor.
Dengar tak?
Dengar. Dengar.
Okay.
Yes, Doktor
Okay.
dengar.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I have discussed with Dr. Nur Hisham, okay, because he is the coordinator of this subject, okay. So regarding your assessment, okay, so uh, you need to prepare for the chapter 1, chapter 2, and chapter 3. So the assignments related by me, productions, the review by Dr. Hisham, and methodology by Prof. Hazilan. Okay, don't worry about the content, okay. Yeah, although you doesn't have any supervisor yet, okay. So at least you try to come up with your own idea, okay. And definitely Dr. Hisham, Prof. Hazilan, and me will help, okay, during your this semester, okay. So for example, okay, I will discuss in detail on the introduction. Okay, later on, Dr. Hisham will discuss on the literature and Dr. Hazilan will discuss on the methodology part. So the idea is we want you to have a good understanding on how to come up with your own problems, okay. So the best is the problem which is related to your current job or in your office, okay. So try to bring your problems and put it documented in 3 chapters, okay. Is it clear?
Doctor, good morning, doctor, or good afternoon.
morning.
Good morning, yes.
Good morning, still morning.
Yes, because now we in Iraq, we at 5 o'clock morning.
Sorry?
Yes. Doctor, you
Okay,
mean,
yes, okay.
yes, doctor, you mean I can choose any topic for my writing, right? Any topic for related about civil engineer, right?
It's not clear, Sarah.
Sorry, doctor, can you hear me now?
Sorry, it's not clear, Sarah.
Now, doctor.
Sarah, it's not clear.
Yes, doctor, now.
Sorry, Sarah, I could not hear you, Sarah.
Doctor, now. You hear me?
Sarah?
Yes.
Sarah,
Yes.
I could not hear you.
Yes,
I could not
doctor.
hear you, Sarah. Sarah? Okay, yeah, it's clear now.
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
Good morning,
Sarah?
doctor.
Proceed.
Yes. Yes, doctor, can you hear me now?
Hello, Sarah? Yes. Okay.
Okay. Yes, about, I want to discuss about topic, doctor. You mean,
Sarah,
doctor?
I can hear you, Sarah.
I'm sorry, doctor. I don't know what's the problem.
Oh, can you use the chat box?
And
So
okay,
please write
now,
on the
doctor.
chat box so at least I
Yes.
can reply it.
Now, doctor,
Okay.
can you hear me, doctor, now?
Okay, Sarah, just use the chat. No, I could not
Okay.
hear you, Sarah. Hello, Sarah.
Yes. Okay. I will choose the chat, doctor. Thank you.
Sarah, I could not hear you, Sarah. You use the chat box, okay? You type on the chat box.
Yes, doctor, yes.
Okay. Okay, just type on the chat box so then I will respond. Okay. So any question from the others? Sarah, I could not hear you, Sarah. Sarah, just check, just use the chat box.
Yes, doctor. Now you hear me? Should be.
Sarah, use the chat box, Sarah.
Doctor, yes. Okay.
Sarah. Still not clear, Sarah. Can anyone hear Sarah well?
Yes,
Sarah,
sir.
Sarah.
Doctor, we can hear
Sarah,
you
please use the
and
chat box,
Sarah
Sarah.
talking. I think
Sarah.
both of you having both like internet from both sides. We can hear both of
Yes.
you clearly.
Yes, doctor, now. Now hear me?
Sarah, please use the chat box, Sarah.
Yes, doctor, I will use. Yes, doctor, I will use.
Okay. Okay. But I could not hear Sarah well. Okay. Sarah, please use the chat box. Then I will respond to yeah, to this class. Okay. Okay. So can all of you hear me now?
Yes, doctor, we can hear.
Yes.
Boleh, doktor.
Okay. Okay, terima kasih. Okay. Okay. We may discuss on the assessment letter. Okay. Because we go through all the slide first. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure about my line connections. Okay, because I'm using the data mobile only. Okay. So let me continue first with the class, and then we may discuss on this assessment. Okay. Okay. So okay. I try to finish first the lecture. Okay. So actually, do not worry on the chapter 1 until 3. Okay, do not worry about to prepare on the chapter 1 and chapter 3. Okay. So yeah, we will guide you. Okay, but you need to keep contacting us to discuss on this assessment. Okay, so do not wait until the last minute, then you come with your problems later. Okay, so yeah, I can give you some example. Okay, and then you can go through the example and then try to fit with your problems. Okay, but the thing is there are some sections, subsection or in each chapter that you need to uh, address well, okay, regarding your problems. Okay, so we move for 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 the lecture. Okay, so for this problem formulations, okay, at the end of the sessions, okay, participant will be able to identify elements of good problem statements. Okay, so I will teach you on how to define the problem statements. Okay, analyze a problem statement. Okay, develop a basic problem statement. Impart the skill on how to formulate and structure a research problems. Okay, so hopefully you may learn. Okay, after we complete my lecture today. Okay, so the objective is to impart the skill on how to formulate and structure a research problems. Okay, so you know the problems. Okay, please differentiate between the problems and you create the problems. Okay, so there will be two different things. Okay, so the problem to solve. Okay, then there are some situations that you create a problem to solve. Okay, so there is very two different things. Okay, okay. So we try to solve the problems that we feel that it may disturb our, for example, our project. Okay, okay. So what is research? Okay, we have discussed yesterday. Okay, on the research. Okay, so this is all the element that we already understand. Okay, the research is all about on how we solve the problems. Okay, and then we finding out the solutions. Okay, and it should be done in a systematic, control, empirical, critical investigation of natural phenomena guided by theory. Okay, the theory is the key. Okay, and then from there we create the hypothesis about the presumed relation among such phenomena. Okay, so that is how we deal with the research, or how we deal with the problems. Okay, so control inquiry concerning a certain event or events. Okay, application of the scientific approach to study a problems. Okay, so control inquiry concerning a certain event or events which is related to any variable or parameter that we try to limit it. Okay, okay. Research process. Process is the means accountable to the end result. Okay, things that we can measure. Okay, begin with two important questions. Okay, what problems can be solved? Okay, how can be solved? Okay, and we can add why it should be solved. Okay, okay. Research process, three phases of research process. Okay, in engineering commonly. Okay, the phase one, starting the research. Okay, choosing a general topics. Okay, and then narrowing the topic and collecting informations. Okay, so we have a broad topics. Okay, and then we may focus on that particular issue. Okay, or some or uh, only some important issue. Okay, and then from there we collect all the information about that problems. Okay, so that is on the phase one. Okay, so once we have firm with our decisions, okay, then we move to the phase number two. Okay, which is we recording informations, organizing idea and carry out for the analysis. Okay, so the last is the phase number three. Okay, which is we writing and documentation and presentations. Okay, so the writing consists of how we provide the finding. Okay, so how we include the recommendations. Okay, so how we put our critical idea. Okay, so that is related to on the phase number three. Okay. So the research process continue with research. As we know, research is the systematic because it follows certain steps that are logical in order. Okay. So it have inductive and deductive reasoning as I discussed yesterday. Okay. So later on, we explain and predict the phenomena that we are dealing with. Okay. Okay. So this is how we can create research problems. Okay, statement. Okay. So either by using a statement or question forms. Okay. But normally, we may use the statement form. Okay, when we want to provide the research statement problems. Okay. So for example, the major focus of this research is to analyze whatever. Okay. The central problem of this study is to predict. Okay. The principal goal of the study is to identify. Okay. So it's not a normal practice to use the question form. Okay. For example, is A related to B? Okay. How A and B related to C? How A is related to B under condition C and D. Okay. So that is not very common. Okay. So we may use the statement form. Okay. To uh, to create for the research problem statement. Okay. So planning research. Okay, ask the following questions. Okay, is the idea is viable? Okay, or feasible? Okay, it is a practical. Okay, what is the time factor? Okay, so for example, for your master project, you only have a minimum of 6 months. Okay, for your master project 1 and master project 2. 4 month master project 1 and 4 month master project 2. Okay, so at least you need to spend, as I told you yesterday, 1 or 2 months, okay, for you to concentrate on getting the data or conduct the analysis or carry out for the laboratory test. Okay, so you only have 2 months, a solid 2 months for you to carry out for the research. Okay, so please make sure that your research, okay, should be uh, complete, okay, within a 2 month period. So the rest is more on how you analyze the result, okay, how you prepare for your writing, okay, and how you present for your work, okay. So has it been done before? Okay, so that is very common question. Okay, so please make sure that you have some element of novelty. Okay, so means that it should not be a major contribution. Okay, so it be a very minor contributions. Okay, that you want to share with the audience. Okay. So what result is expected? Okay, you can follow the trend from the previous researcher. Okay, yeah. For example, for my study, I'm looking on the performance of a treated soil. Okay, so we can expect that when we include or when we mix with a stabilizer, definitely the strength of the soil will be increased. Okay, however, at a certain amount of stabilizer, okay, it's not very effective. Okay, to use at a certain level of degree. Okay, so it is basically based on the previous finding. Okay, so we can use the previous finding as a guide before we conduct for our testing. Okay, so what do colleague things? Okay, so let's say if you are working you have a teams, okay, at your office. Okay, so you try to get their comment as well. Might be they are more have a more experience than you, so the 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 their experience is very reliable for your case. Okay, will expert be needed? Okay, definitely. Okay, so means that in your case you can use us as your uh, to give any advice, okay, in preparing for your assessment. Okay, so what component of work? Okay, so you need to decide, okay, which type of study that you want to look at. Okay, okay, deciding on topic. To interpret the gather information, some initial question about a topic might include, okay, what additional area of the topic should I investigate? Okay, so what background information should I read? Okay, should I concentrate my information gather more on one area of the subject than on other area? Okay, So first you need to choose what area that you want to investigate. Okay. Yeah, for example, for my case, I'm looking on the ground improvement. Okay. So there are very broad methods on the ground improvement. We have mechanical, we have a confined method, we have dewatering, we have stabilization. Okay. So what type of area that I want to specialize? Okay. So then I choose on the ground improvement by using the deep mixing methods. Okay. So from there, I need to get more informations on the ground on the deep mixing methods. Okay. So I need to read a lot of paper on that issue. Then from there, I need to identify what is the limitation from the previous study, okay, and what is the gaps of the knowledge, okay, based on all the previous literature. Okay. Okay. So what background information? Okay. Should I concentrate my information gather more on one area of the subject than on other area? So it depends. Okay. Yeah. Especially for my case. Okay. Because I'm using a laboratory skill testing. Okay. So I also need to get more informations. Okay, does anybody use, for example, numerical tools? Okay, for example, field testing. Okay, for example, centrifuge. Okay, there is another lab. There is not one gravity scale testing. There is a centrifuge. Okay, so does any other researcher do testing similar to what have I discovered? Okay, so I need to go through to the other, we call in geotechnical field as a, sorry. Okay, so in geotechnics, okay, we have 1G, okay, 1G laboratory testing, okay, which is the one that I did it when I in my PhD, okay. So we also have a centrifuge, okay. Okay, so centrifuge is the methods where they can uh, simulate the same situations at the field, okay, by providing an artificial acceleration force, okay. Then we also have field testing, okay, which this is the real one, okay. But the limitation of this field study is very expensive, so it cannot conduct for a for a lot of testing, and they can, it's not very easy to have a what we call as a parametric study. Okay. So another tool is by using the numerical tools, okay, which is from the software. Okay. Okay. So by this 1G laboratory test, so I could not see that, let's say, based on all the manuscripts that I have reviewed, okay, so no study has been made on what we call as on, this is the term that I need to share with you, a floating type of columns, okay, which is this is the hard layer. So this is the what we call as the DEC, okay. So no study has been made, okay, at that time by using the 1G laboratory test, okay. I could not claim that that is the major difficulty for me, okay, unless I have proved it by review all this previous work on centrifuge, on field study, and also on the numerical modeling. Okay, so when I have went through all these uh, uh, testing. Okay, so very limited study has been carried out on the floating column. Okay, include in the centrifuge field study and numerical. Okay, so in that case, I can claim, okay, this is the contribution that I can make. Okay, okay. So we need to get all the informations, not only on our area, but also need to get all the information other area, other subject area as well. Okay, but this is on level of PhD. Okay, but for your case, okay, so for example, yeah, if you have a lot of field data, okay, so with a limited of time, okay, try to find any related study that has been made on this issue, okay, and then if you feel that there are no study has been made in this particular problem, so you can still claim as a as there are minor contributions on that particular issue. Okay, but that is for the master project level. Okay, okay, four classes of problems. Okay, this is problem of study. Okay, those in which that both data and method necessary for solution are known. Okay, so how to get this idea? Okay, so basically based on previous literature review. Okay, because normally when we read the literature review, okay, they will discuss. When we read the journal, they also will include the methods that they have used. Okay, if they use a standard method, so I guess it's very easy for us to repeat the test by using the different material. Okay. Okay. So those in which data, but not the method are known. Okay. So and in this case, you need to find, okay, what method is suitable, okay, in order to obtain this data. Okay. Might be it is a very new study, so less paper or less journal discuss on these methods. Okay, so and also the method is not very is not available. Okay, so or you need to find out with any different methods. Okay, so there will be an option for you to explore for it. But I guess for your case, number 2 is not suitable for you. Okay, those in which the method is known but not the data. Okay, so this is another difficulty. Okay, uh, we need to do the testing. Okay, and then let the data, or then whatever data that we already obtained, so we need to discuss. Okay, so in that case, you need to have a very good testing procedure. Okay, because normally in your chapter 3 you discuss on your methods. Okay, let's say there is flawless of methods, so no problems, okay, for the examiner, okay, to discuss on the what we call it, on the result, because your method is correct, and the procedure is for okay? And then you show a very good technique, and it is repeatable, and you also showed a repeatable repeatable testing as well. Okay, so there will be no issue on the data, or the data is not following the similar trend. Okay, so those in which neither the method nor the data are known. Okay, so this is what we call as a very major breakthrough. Okay, which is new in terms of data and new also in terms of methods. Okay, so for me, you may concentrate only on the first. Okay, on the first where it is a common method, and you can easily get the data from that common method. Okay, or it is a standard method, then you can get the data from that standard method. Okay, so those research problem include only those problems which are the method and data necessary to bridge gaps and achieve the goal, are not are not known simultaneously. Okay, select a problem if it's a variable. Okay, in terms of the interest size and should be realistic in terms of time to spend. Okay, so the keyword is here, the time that you need to spend. Okay, please you spend at least 1 or 2 months from uh, from your 8 month for your master project. Okay. To solve a problem, one should know what is the problem is. Okay. In other words, a solution to the problem comes after knowing precisely what the problem, okay, is in the first place. Okay. So you know the problems. Okay. Okay. For example, okay, I have a problem related to subgrade. Okay, subgrade. The subgrade is the soil level. Okay, when we want to construct for a pavement structure. Okay, a road structure. Okay, so the problem is because Malaysia had experienced dry and wet seasons. Okay, so in that case, there will be a problem in terms of the durability of this subgrids strength. Okay, so in that case, we should use what we call it as a stabilizer. Okay, to enhance the engineering property of this subgrade. Okay, so that is the way how we solve the problems. Okay, and in order to discuss in terms of the behavior, okay, so we need to study what happens in terms of wet and drying cycle. Okay, wetting and drying cycle. Okay, so in that case, we need to investigate by using normal triaxial test and double wall triaxial test for the unsaturated condition. Okay, so that is how we look on the problems and how we provide the solution, and also how to discuss on the behavior, okay, due to wetting and drying conditions. Okay, so we know the problem, okay, and then we provide, yeah, A is know the problem, okay, and B is provide the solution, okay, and C is to investigate the behavior. Okay, okay, or we can carry out for the microstructure study to look on what what happening, okay, after the soil has been mixed with the stabilizer. Okay, so that is the way how we look in detail. Okay, so might be for a technical person, B is enough. Okay, but for a researcher, he need to go for the C. Okay, to investigate in deep. Okay, for that kind of problems. Okay. Okay. So those before the research can be begin to take shape, a problem must be identified by analyzing and specifying its exact dimensions. Okay. So that is the problem. Okay. Uh, then we cannot create a problems. Okay. For example, if that area doesn't have any what we call any river, okay, suddenly we want to propose a bridge. Okay. So after we propose a bridge, then we dig a hole. We dig we dig a trench and we fill the water, okay, to replace the river. Okay, so that is not a problem. That is we create a problem. Okay, so that is totally different. Okay. Okay. So approach of identification of problems, ask expert in area of interest. Okay. So we may ask the expert. Okay, because you have a superior in your office. Okay, so you may ask your senior. Okay, become specialist. Okay, okay, that will be another thing. Okay, so if you are expert in your field, then you experience some problem. Okay, so later on you will become expert in that particular problems. Okay, search the literature. Okay, so this is the most important thing because you have the reference. Okay, so the reference is very important. Okay, because once you retrieve the result, okay, then you need to justify why this why this trend or why this behavior show like this. Okay, to support your finding, so you may use the literature as well. Okay, you discuss on the finding and then you support with the finding from the previous study. Okay, so that is the way, that is the one way how we can make use of the previous literature. Okay. Okay. So explore area of dissatisfactions. Okay. Study current development and trends. Okay. Maintain an idea notebooks. Okay. So this is why you need to have a small notepad or notebooks. Okay. So if you come up with any problems, okay, so you just write or write down in this notebook. Okay. Examine the theoretical structure of the field. Okay. So the problem should have we should have we should look on the textbook. Okay. Uh, what is the cause of these problems? Okay. Then from there we explore from any scientific manuscript. Okay. So how do you select a problems? Okay, personal experience. Okay, so that's why I suggest you focus on the problem related to your office. Okay, unless if you have a problems, okay, so you can discuss with us. Okay, because I'm not sure your background. Okay, yeah, when I'm supervising, this is a part-time student for the undergraduate level. Okay, so he worked with the immigration or with the custom. So it's not related to civil engineering. Okay, so we try to discuss what uh, how we ask him to get any project which is related to the civil engineering under the custom and immigration office. Okay. So critical study of the literature. Okay, this is the most important thing. Okay, interaction with other, and it should be a feasibility. It should have a feasibility. Okay, to solve the problems. Okay, or the problem should a genuine problems. Okay. Okay. So this is from my thesis. Okay. So this is how we could uh, create address for the problem statement. Okay. Yeah, when we read, okay, this is one paragraph. Okay, which is I wrote, okay, to discuss on the problem statement. Okay, in the recent year, due to the high demand of ground improvement machinery and construction procedure have undergone significant development. Okay, so this is a diagram. Okay, for the deep mixing methods. Okay, so they use the machines equipped with mixing blade. Okay, and then they inject the stabilizer and mix with the soil. Okay, so then uh, then yeah, later on they complete on the column installations and let it dry or cure for several days, okay, before they can apply a load on this ground improvement area. Okay, so then in this study I have a look on the difference of the uh, variable, which is on the improvement area ratio, okay, the strength of the columns, okay, and the footing rigidity, okay. So I investigate under rigid and also flexible type of footing, okay, the surrounding soil, okay. So and the end bearing, okay, either partially or fully penetrating. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 criteria, parameter that I have investigated. Okay. Despite its widespread application by industry, the current state of the art indicate that further research is needed. Okay, so this is the word. Okay, this is the word that we want to guide for the reader. Okay, to understand what is the problem actually. Okay, to provide enhanced understanding of the technique with regard to the failure mechanism and column failure modes. Okay, I have shown with you last class, okay, where I'm using the camera, okay, and then my testing chamber, okay. So the front of the test chamber is made by perspex to allow for to capture for the movement of the soil during the testing. So okay, so this is my contributions, okay, towards the deep missing problems. So this is necessary to improve the prediction of deep missing matter in the field, especially the bearing capacity value. So I only concentrate on the bearing capacity value. Okay. So after I completed my PhD, okay, so then I supervised my students, okay. So she did her PhD in settlement, okay, for the floating type, because for the floating type settlement is much more important. Okay, so she already completed her PhD, and then now she has joined UTM as a lecturer as well. Okay, so so that's why it's very important, okay, to review several journal. Okay, so you have the idea. Okay, so this is what I gained from the journal. Okay, and then from there I start uh, to to design for my study. Okay, then I'm looking on the failure mechanism and the column failure modes. Okay, under the partially and fully penetrating problems. Okay, so means that uh, there are a lot of people have carried out for this type of research. Okay, however, they still have gaps. Okay, although this study has been made since 60 something. Okay, it's almost more than 50 years, but still we have space. Okay, uh, to contribute. Okay, because settlement is very new. Okay, in that time, so that's why my student could uh, complete her PhD. Okay, so later on we can still try to look what difference we on how to discuss on these problems of deep missing methods. Okay, so this is called as a group of column. Okay, we have a lot of type of uh, column arrangement. Okay, so this is one we call as a group of columns. Okay, okay, so that is how we create the problem statement. Okay, okay. Normally the problem statement will be introduced in chapter 1. Okay, so we need to list all the related journal, okay, which is or a reference which is discussed on uh, that particular problems, okay, and then we should have one paragraph to discuss the limitations and what is our interest, okay, uh, for this research. Okay, okay. So this is another example under the durability of concrete. Okay, so I got it from the previous lecturer. Okay, because he mean expert, yeah, he expert in concrete. Okay, so research on the derivative problem is still in progress. Nevertheless, various parameter, okay, cement type, cement composition, mineral admixture have been thoroughly investigated in the past. Okay, however, several parameters such as chloride and sulfate concentration, temperature, wetting, drying cycle, heating and cooling require further investigation. Okay, so this is the what we call as the words or the terms, okay, that could address what is the limitation from the previous researcher. Okay, so then he quote the same, he cite the reference, okay, which is agree with him as well. Okay, so to support his what we call his argument, so he put cite the relevant uh, journal, okay, in this statement as well. Okay, so then he investigate on the alkali silica reaction. Okay, so this is not my field of interest. Okay, so I just share with you, okay, how they create the problem statement. Okay, okay, ASI is an important part of the iteration process. Okay, that is for the alkali silica. Okay, so on the acid attack, okay, the iteration of the concrete by acid is the result of a reaction between the acid and the calcium, okay, hydroxide of the hydrated cement. Okay, the chemical reactions result in the formation of water soluble calcium compound, which are the leached away by the aqueous solutions. Okay, exception for, okay, azelaic and phosphoric acid. Okay, for sulfuric acid, accelerate. Okay, yeah, I'm not familiar with this kind of problems. Okay, so but this is the idea how he discussed on the acid attacks. Okay, and he come up with the diagram, okay, to show you the significance of this the importance of the study. Okay, and the last is on the concrete repair in terms of what we call as the solutions, okay, that can be provided, okay, when investigate on these concrete problems. Okay, good penetration addition, good resistance to UV, okay, other coating properties, okay, should rely on this six behavior or parameter. Okay, so he come up with the problems, okay, and then he discussed in detail, okay, what is the problems, okay, and how to measure the problems. Okay, yeah, when we discuss the problem, we need to show that we need to measure, okay, does the crack is progressive or not. Okay, so that's why we need to add any measurement methods. Okay, and then they come then at the end he come up with the solution, okay, on the concrete repair. Okay, so that is what we call as the example, okay, for the concrete study. Okay. Okay, question relating to the feasibility of the study. Okay, is the problem researchable? Okay, has the problem been specified? Okay, is the problem, okay, amenable to research? Okay, is the problem too large? How available are the data? Am I capable of solving the data? Okay, okay. In your case, okay, the ability of data is very important. Okay, let's say you doesn't have the data. Okay, is it possible for you to carry out for the testing within at least 2 months? Okay, and then once you get the data, you can do for the analysis later on. Okay, so so you need to identify what is your problems and does the data is available or not, or is it sufficient for you to complete the testing within 2 months? Okay, at least. Okay. Okay, it depends. The 2 months is not is based on my idea. Might be when you ask somebody else, might be they put more than 2 months. Okay, so it depends. For me, 2 months is acceptable for the master project assessment or master project study. Okay. Okay, question related. Okay, is the problem with file? Okay, usefulness of the finding are contributing to the existing body of knowledge. Thus, a proper assessment on significance of the problem is important. The providence of the research problem. Okay, with the result advanced knowledge, if the result have some value, will the result be of interest to others? Okay. I guess for your case, you help your company to solve the problem, so that is the most important thing that you can provide it. Okay. Okay. Formulating the problems. Okay. Objective to focus on a subject for research. Okay. To examine a subject in multifaceted. Okay. To apply the creativity. Okay. So in this subsection, okay, so we try to guide you, okay, how could you formulate your research problems. Okay, before that, any question? Is there any question? Oh, Sarah, I didn't look on the chat yet. Okay.
Doctor, now you hear
Okay,
me?
Sarah. Okay, Sarah. Okay.
Yes, doctor, I asked about topic when I writing. After you discuss with Dr. Norisham, can I choose any
Okay.
topic related about civil engineer, like about soil, firm structure, or any
Yes,
topic?
yes, no problem.
You mean I can choose any topic, depend on me?
Topic which is you have experience on it, okay, and also you is very you can easily you can the data is available for you. Okay, let's say
Okay.
you have supervised, you have experience supervise or manage a ground improvement work, okay. So
Yes.
you supervise it for more than, let's say, 1 year, okay? So you can use that work, okay? But you need to put an element of research. Do not report it as your ground improvement work. So you need to have write as a research manuscript, okay?
Yes, you
So
mean depend on idea and what experience, my experience
yes.
and information. Yes.
Yes, that will be easy. Okay, do not try to find a new idea and then you doesn't have any experience on that, and then it's very difficult for you to get the data.
Yes,
So
I
that
will
is not
choose about
suitable for
soil,
you.
doctor, about soil or frame structure, that's all. Thank you.
Okay, no problem. Okay.
Thank
You register as a project management or what?
No, I didn't yet. I didn't register
No.
project management.
I mean what course civil engineering course for your master. Because I
Yes,
heard there are geotechnique, project management,
yes,
structure.
water management, water resource, I think that.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Construction management, doctor.
Construction management. Sorry. Silap. Construction
Mm.
management. Okay.
If let's say for
Okay.
construction management,
Because
what are the like suitable topics, doctor?
okay. I have experience supervising one student, okay, under the construction management on geotechnique. Okay, so they also allowed. Okay, because the coordinator for the construction management, we try to find any other lecturer from other department that can supervise for your topic, for instance. Okay, so if you have experience on uh, environment, for example, okay, and then the project management, construction management lecturer has not experienced on that particular environment problem. So might perhaps he can the coordinator we try to find any environment lecturer to supervise you. So that is feasible. Okay.
Oh,
For
so
me, Doctor,
so they will help to find the supervisor that is related
Yeah,
to our topic.
you can request. Yeah, you can
Oh,
request.
okay. Okay.
Although you are under construction management, okay, but you deal a lot with geotechnic or pavement, whatever, so you can request. So at least you can enhance your knowledge on that particular problems. Okay.
Doctor, for me, Doctor,
Ah.
maybe I will my civilization about management resource water management resource water, Doctor.
Yes,
But
yes,
I
yes.
will yes, but I will choose the doctor topic about environment, maybe soil, maybe
Yes. Oh,
structure firm.
water. Ah,
Or water, maybe water,
yes.
maybe not. Yes,
Ah,
that's all. Okay, Doctor?
okay. No problem.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yes, okay, thank you.
Okay.
Thank
Because construction management, yeah, if you can appreciate the construction management subject, okay, for your research is much more better, okay. But if your company or your consultant is not related to construction management problems, so it is fine for you to have a different topic, okay. Okay. So sorry, can we break for 5 minutes and then we will continue later for this
Okay, no
section?
problem, Doctor.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
It's just ask if you have any problem. Okay.